Yes, bad bitch, which bad bitch, Joan Jett.
Ugh, you are a snob and a half.
Like a boss, like a hot boss.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Fierce Chats. My name is Sasha, and if you're not already subscribed at this point, okay, I feel like I've been leading it up and kind of changing the intro up and saying that and saying at this point, but it's hurting my feelings. Anyways, y'all, subscribing, liking, commenting, it helps your content creator, okay? It's a free way to help us out, to let other people know, letting your friends know, your auntie, your uncle, all of them know that we've got content out that we would like to share. So I'm just going to say on the behalf of all content creators, please subscribe, like, and comment if you're enjoying the content. And if you're not, subscribe, like, and comment what you would like different. Okay? All right, give us a chance. All right, y'all. So I feel like it's just been a minute since it's just been you and I. So I wanted to just hop on so we can have a little personal conversation, kind of let you know what's going on in my regular life or whatever. So yeah, just kind of like a fierce update. So we're going to hop into a commercial and then we'll be right back. All right, y'all. So a lot of different things. So first of all, how are y'all even liking Fierce Chat Season 2? I think this is going to be episode 2. So you might need a little more time to let me know what y'all think. But my team and I, we have put in so much work. We've done a lot of different research. We've just been trying to figure out what it is that you guys do like, what you don't like, and trying to package up in a way that is comfortable, and not even a way that's comfortable, in a way that y'all like it, all right? Okay? Because I hate listening or going to a podcast and being like, girl, I understand you trying to help us, but it's really not making no sense to me. So I'm finna talk to somebody else who can speak my language. So I hope that Fierce Chats is still speaking your language. Your language. Like, y'all, remember on our first episode? I'm gonna put a clip right here. Like, remember on the first episode? And there's really not been too many changes. I've just, changed my equipment, changed some lighting, changed the way I do stuff. But anyways, aside from all that, I've been really just, honestly, y'all, in my bag. In my big one. Sasha's in her big one. If you don't already know, I got married earlier this year. So sis is a wife. And so with that came a lot of different things. I feel like after my 30th birthday last year, there was just like so much clarity. And I feel like people are like, oh, when you turn 30, this is going to happen. And I was like, I don't really know about all that. Like, I don't know if y'all right. And like, y'all, for real. So they said that your 30s are supposed to be your 20s with money. But I also feel like in addition to that, it's like your 20s are like, bitch, if you can't figure out that no is a no, you know what I mean? Like in your 20s, you could sit here and you could have played with the young man, all right? You play with the young man, you play with the young man, you play with the young man. Oh, I think he can. Oh, I think he this. Oh, I think he might. Okay. In your 30s, bitch, if he's stupid, he is stupid. Delete, block, next. Okay. It's literally that simple. And I feel like I have been applying that to relationships like across the board. Like if you're not serving me, and we talked about a little bit about this last season, but like if you're not serving me, if you're not really pouring into me, and I feel like at the time, I felt like I had an understanding of what that meant. And I feel like now I have a completely different understanding. And let me tell you, girl, it's like, one, I realized that like I'm a social person, all right? And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. I don't meet a stranger. Like if you come up to me and you be like, Sash, what's up? What's good? I'm gonna be like, what's up, baby? What's up, boo? You know what I mean? I'm never going to I don't meet strangers. So on the other end of that, I have found myself with a whole bunch of different type of relationships, but not necessarily anything that I could really do much with. And I feel like last year when we were planning the wedding and stuff like that, I was under so much stress. And I feel like I started to see little different things just with me overall and also with some people around me where I was just like, I'm not really sure if this is that. And if this is that, this is not the time for me to think about it. So I feel like now that the wedding has concluded. We are now in the honeymoon phase or whatever. It's just like I've been having time to kind of really think about what's going on. And I've realized that, never meeting a stranger means we have so many people that I feel like calls me friend. But like, are you really one? Are you really one? That's really the question for me. And I don't know, y'all. I've done a lot of drastic things. Like I had my phone number. I'm a 404 girl, like Carrie Bradshaw said in Sex in the City, honey. She's uptown. She's a New York girl, whatever her area code is. I can't remember. But she was just like, I'm whatever the area code is, girl. I'm a 404 girl. Okay. And I always have been. And I've had this same number since I was in like the 12th grade. And I just recently changed my number, y'all. Literally. I just changed it. It was such an abrupt thing. But, if you know anything about Virgos, like if you're going to do it, do it. Like if you're going to go for it, then go for it. And I really can't, like for me personally, I really can't spend too much thought into trying to figure out stuff because I'm such an intelligent person that I probably will think of a lot of different reasons as to why I shouldn't do something. So I'm just saying this to say, my girls, my people, my girls, my guys, whoever it is that's listening right now, in order to be in your big one, the first thing you have to do is make sure that the people around you are pouring back into you. And if they're not pouring into you, then they need to go. And it doesn't mean that you have to sit here and be so abrupt and abrasive to people. And I'll continue to repeat this over and over again until we get it. It doesn't mean you have to be abrupt and abrasive, especially women. I feel like when I have been like cutting off people and stuff like that in the past, that I've been like, block, you're done, bye. I never want to speak to you again. And then I'm realizing now in this new space of maturity and wisdom, honey, that it doesn't require those things. You really don't need to explain yourself to people if they're not meeting at the expectation. You really, really don't. And I know that there's some, it's issues with having expectations for people. But hear me out. Do I think that you should only interact with people if they meet what it is that you're wanting them to do? No. But I don't think that there is any issue having the same standard that you would have for a man, bro. Like, or a girl, like when you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship sitting over here saying like with an intimate relationship is what I'm saying. If you're in an intimate relationship with somebody, you're not going to let them like hang up on you, or you're not going to let them not call you back after 5 minutes. So that means the same thing needs to go for friends. The same thing needs to go for family. Like, hi, I love you. Yes, I want you in my life. But no, it can't be like this. And if that's the only way that you can interact with me, then this is what it looks like for us. Whatever that is. And I'm just feeling more empowered with doing so. I feel like the journey, like to understanding and know more about yourself, has such a negative connotation. Like, oh, you selfish. Like you selfish. No, okay, and ma'am, and you're not. All that selflessness has you tired, baby. It really does. And honestly, you're going to bed at night trying to figure out where are the friends like you. Like, why can't you find a friend like you're a friend to other people? It's because the people around you, babe, are the people who are not aligning with those expectations, with those standards. So yeah, first step to really getting in your big one is making sure that the people around you are of quality. Let's say that. Making sure that the people around you are of quality. Second. Okay, so once you really sit here and you're like, cool, I done got myself together. I figured out who's for me and who's not for you. And when I say figuring out who's for you and not for you, and you don't have to be abrupt or rude or anything like that, you really don't. If the person is around or something like that, you can speak, you can keep it cute. Are you going to get an invitation to my birthday? Absolutely not. No. No, ma'am. But hi, how are you? And I hope you are doing well. And I genuinely mean that. Okay. So first, you've made sure that you've done a clean sweep of the people around you and it's of quality. The second thing is your mental health. Like, y'all, this is so important. Your mental health is so important. And that's why you've got to do the cutting. Okay. You've got to do the pruning. And I now have 3 plants, y'all. if you didn't watch any of my vlogs, which by the way, y'all, in regards to the content, I know, I'd be going everywhere, so stay with me. In regards to the content, it's possible maybe in the holidays, y'all will see some vlogs from me, maybe some like couple specific stuff with me and my husband. Aside from that, girl, I don't know. This could be a conversation for another day. And maybe I'll just talk about it towards the end of this. So I'll let y'all know at the end of this. But anyways, so you've cut off everybody. And like I said, I have 3 plants. My first plant's name is Peach. And then my 2 other plants is Pear and Pickle. Peach is a corn plant, girl. I don't know. And then my other 2 plants are elephant plants. And like my elephant plants, girl, they have been gorgeous. I mean, stunning. I love the leaves. I loved watching them grow. For my peachy girl, my dad got me that plant. So it was already like together. I didn't really see her. I didn't raise her from birth. It was an adoption process. But for Pear and Pickle, my husband got those for me, and those were just like bulbs that he got from Home Depot. So I've literally raised them since they were a baby. And if you're not a plant mom, if you're not a plant daddy, then I don't want to hear about how this is not important, because you don't get it. You simply don't get it. And I hate it for you. Anyways. So yeah, my elephant plants, they were just like flourishing. And I was so happy with the progress. I was like, yes, this looks so good. I'm really great at this plant stuff. I'm like, girl, next year I'm going to have a garden. Now, mind you, I might not really need to have a garden, but I am going to have a garden next year. So hit me up. I'm going to have cherry tomatoes and stuff. Like I've seen my sister and my father with them. So yeah, I'm going to try it out next year and give me a garden or whatever, girl. But anyways, so my elephant plant, right? One of my elephant plants, Pickle, was really, really, really growing and just looking really good, like I said. And one day I noticed that one of the stems just kind of like was bent over. And I was like, what? And I wasn't really ready to cut it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe the stem will like regain strength. I'm trying to like reposition it in another way, kind of put it in another placement and see if it will still work. It was standing up, but like, did it still look injured? It did look injured. So I came back the next day and the plant or the stem and the leaf that was on it was completely shriveled up. It was gone. It was dead. It was time for me to cut it. And that is a visual of what I was saying in the first point. The first point is you have to cut things off so that you can truly flourish and reach your full potential. It may seem harsh, it may seem like a lot to people, but the journey to success really is a lonely one. The journey to success you will do alone. It doesn't necessarily mean you are alone, because you may find people along the way, or maybe you have people around you that are already supportive of you in that space. But it doesn't mean that your friends won't be supportive and the people around you aren't supportive just because the journey is lonely. It just means that everybody's not going to get it. Like your vision of what you need to do with you won't make sense to everybody. So that approval, that, confirmation from anybody other than the good Lord is not important. You could get it, but it's not important. And if you do have it, it may distract you and may cause you to kind of like build things based off of those affirmations from other people. Then what happens when the people don't give the affirmation no more? Now it's back to you, Robert. Exactly. So, it's doing the work, the cutting, the putting those things aside so that you can focus on your mental health. And when you focus on your mental health, when you cut those things off around you, you can't help but to be clear-headed. You can't help but to be like, okay, what do I need to do with myself now? Like, what's going on with me? Or why did I respond to my child like that? I kind of snapped a little bit. I don't know where that came from. Or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your mom or your dad, whoever it is. It's just like, what's going on with me? And when you get that clarity, I'm telling you, you will be able to find your true purpose. There is I feel like there's no way that you can end up in a wrong direction when you're focusing on yourself. And by the way, everything is moderation. Moderation and done in like a strategic way, and not saying you kind of got to like tiptoe around like focusing on yourself. However, like I said, it's not going to make sense to everybody. So that means, when you're making decisions and you're doing stuff, be private, girl. Keep it off this Instagram. Keep it off the tick of the talk. Just pop back out. And when people are like, where were you at? Don't worry about it. I was minding my business. The journey to your highest potential is unlocked when you cut things off, focus on yourself. When you do that, by having true clarity. Whoop! True clarity. The road to success is it may be lonely. It may be lonely because it's not going to make sense to everybody. But I bet you it makes sense when them dollar signs come in. It really don't make sense to them. It probably still don't make sense to them. But money speaks the same no matter what language, no matter what. Okay. And then the third thing I would say is having a strong foundation of faith. You may not necessarily believe in God or be a Christian, or identify with those terms, but you're going to have to believe in something. Me personally, I do believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And without that foundation, it's rough. Like trying to be a business owner, trying to start anything is a difficult journey. And if you're on the journey, more power to you. You've got to be grounded in something. If you are not grounded in something, you don't believe in something that keeps you checked. Okay. That's what I mean. Being grounded in something, like being grounded in I don't even know. In your daily regiments is not what I'm talking about. It's not what I'm talking about. You have to be grounded in something that will check you, boo. You got to be. If you don't have a check system, if you have a whole bunch of people, that's why the cutting is necessary, because you possibly have a whole bunch of people around you who are just telling you, yep, we're telling you that makes sense. Who are telling you, good job. And for me, like I said, with being such a social person, a lot of the times people are really honestly encouraging me. And what's the term? Toxic positivity. It's toxic because it gave me a skewed view on what it's supposed to look like when things make sense to me. I was I'm telling you, don't wait for people to give you those affirmations, because I did. I sat here and I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to start a business. I hope everybody reposts my stuff. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Pam. I'm getting ready to start content. I hope everybody likes my things and tells everybody to come look at my YouTube channel. No, ma'am, no, Pam. No, ma'am, no, Pam. And those same people might be like, hey, yo, can you help me pay my rent? And then things are going to look really, 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 really weird. But you need to be strongly grounded into something. And the only reason that I feel like I even wanted to hop on and talk to y'all about this is because, like I said, I'm doing all of these things for myself. And I wish somebody told me, that it would be okay to do these different type of things. There's one of my friends was telling me that she's doing shadow work. And I really like that term, because I realize that it means that stuff is really right next to you. You're really pocketing your pain and you have no idea. I don't know if, depending on what episode you're watching and things like that, it may have been, I don't know. I don't think that I have touched on this topic too much, but in regards to just me overall, I have a strained relationship with my mom. I've had a strained relationship with my mom for a very long time. It's been something that we have tried to work on. We have tried to go in counseling. We tried to have different perspectives about things, and it just be looking how it looks. But aside from that, I realized that, just the dynamic that we, upheld with each other caused a lot of different damage to my, I guess, emotional well-being. And I didn't really realize how that impacted me day to day. Girl, I literally 7 years ago, I would call myself bucking up on a friend. I would be like, I don't care. She tried me, so I snapped on her. No. That does not make a lick of sense. It literally does not make a lick of sense to be trying to fight your friend. And if you're trying to fight your friend, you need to figure out why. If you are jealous of your friend, you need to figure out why. If you don't trust them around stuff, you need to figure out why. Life will give you little signals, but you won't really take it as that. You'll probably be thinking, well, it's a reflection of what the other person is doing and how they make me feel when they're in this space. No, it's a reflection of some trauma and some issues. And I say that to say that applied to me. And I was really able to uncover, where those things came up. And I had to do that through some isolation. And I feel like, if you've been there, you know it. Anything that is difficult and has you down and has you crying every day may have you already in some isolation. But you have to be strategic with the time. Give yourself the time to process the emotions, okay? Because you can process them. That's fine. If you want to cry, you cry. Girl, I'm a crier. I cry every day. I'll find a reason to cry. Sometimes I literally just prepare my face a little bit, like, just to figure out whether or not I was about to be crying or not. But anyways, like, once you kind of like have been like, okay, you know, like, I feel like now I'm just kind of like maybe having some codependency on the tears. And I don't mean to be offensive and don't mean to be abrasive when I'm saying this. I'm just trying to be real. Like, you get to a point to where you're like, I have just been crying. And now it's time for me to kind of address what's going on. And then once you address what's going on, then you kind of like pick apart, not even pick yourself apart, just figure out how you can put one foot in front of the other. And you keep putting one foot in front of the other. And you keep putting one foot in front of the other until you reach whatever goal it is. But I don't feel like any of those things become clear unless you have done all the other work before that. And yeah, so in regards to myself, you all, YouTube. So this season for Fierce Chats, I really, my team and I, we worked our asses off. Okay. We really worked our asses off. I wanted to kind of change the look and feel of the brand and also expand the brand so it's a lot more scalable. So that it just wouldn't be, you know, Fierce Chats. And even Fierce Chats was something that, like, like I said, my husband bought me podcast mic last Christmas. Last Christmas, he bought me a podcast mic, girl. And I've been on this thing ever since. Girl, I even got me another one so I could have my friends over. We could have additional conversation. Amen. But so after taking a look at all that, then we also took a look at what the topics and different stuff would be like that for Fierce Chats. And once we looked at that, I was just like, there is no way I can do vlogs. There's no way I can do my personal content. I mean, I could have, but personally, not looking to strain myself, like in the process of getting to know myself more and uncovering who really needs to be around me. I've also realized that I don't need to endure. Like, I literally have been in spaces where I've been like enduring versus being like, okay, too much, but recognizing when it's too much and just recognizing when you're just uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable and it's too much, then you need to call it a wrap. So I've also within this journey found ways to be softer to myself in ways that I really wasn't thinking about. I was thinking about more like, okay, a spa day or kind of like take a walk or something. But it's also like, if you're putting too much work on you, take some things off, figure out what's priority and focus on that. And that's what I feel like I've done with my content. So I focused on Fierce Chat season 2 because I feel like this is my baby. And I feel like I really do enjoy it. And I definitely want to continue to have different guests on. And I definitely want to continue to share quality content with y'all and let y'all know a little bit more about the business and different things that, you know, I do. I'm a marketing girl. I have always enjoyed digital marketing. I'm very big on presentation. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a planny girl. I like when things look good. I don't necessarily always have the aesthetic eye, but I can tell you whether or not it's going to make sense in a sequence if you're trying to sell something. So there's that. So yeah, we've been focused on Fierce Chat season 2. Season 2 will go on through the holidays. We're going to chop up content so that there's going to be some exclusive subscriber content. Okay. So that means that you guys subscribe to my YouTube tier. Just to get different tips. I'm going to be putting my marketing tips on there. I'm going to be putting my digital marketing tips on there. Also follow me on Instagram at the SC Agency. Just kind of doing some freelance, some lot of like, different projects that I'm just kind of working on for myself. And I'm just super excited about it, y'all. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll be coming back to vlogs, but I do know that I'll be continuing to upload my own individual content on my personal page. I will be uploading content such as this on my business page. So on my business page, we'll have digital marketing tips, and then it will also have Fierce Chats season 2 podcast on there. Of course, we don't just talking about digital marketing and business. I did have a lot of the guests this season are empowering, other women in their own spaces. And I wanted to share that with y'all on this platform. So yeah, girl, there's that. What else, honey? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have a little baby in a very baby carriage or something next summer or something. It's all good things. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it. I want to hop on here, like I said, real quick. we'll continue to do different little digital marketing tips. I didn't do anything in this one, but I will do another episode where I'm just giving out digital marketing tips. And like I said, that's going to be exclusive subscriber content. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to that tier. It's just a few dollars, and it's a great way to support the channel and, just continue to help the team so that we can continue to produce quality content. Because honestly, I really hope that we in a studio or something in the next few months or whatever. Although I, and definitely enjoy having this space that I've got currently and super, super blessed to have it. I just want to continue to grow and flourish, and I want to help all you guys, if I can. Just let you know what I'm doing, and if it works for you, cool. If it doesn't, damn! But anyways, y'all, catch you in the next one.